Yo guys, I hope you guys are doing great and amazing. I really genuinely hope you guys are doing amazing. And so basically I was here watching a video right from David Immunitier, which is basically a big guy network marketing, 7-figure earners, if not even 8 or 9 figures earner, right? And basically this guy is on his road to become a billionaire right now, in dollars of course. And I'm here watching one of his videos which is called The Most Dangerous Road to Success, and he's basically explaining right that one of the most dangerous things is asking yourself how you're gonna get there, where you're basically going in life, right? So he was explaining one thing that God has been teaching me for a good time now, but let me say a year that I've been going deep into this lesson with God, which is basically about self-confidence, self-belief. For a number of years and months.
I thought you meant something else.
Opa. For a number of years, I've struggled with self-belief. I've felt so much insecure and things like that. I'll think that others are better than me, others are stronger than me, others, can more than I can. That, the fact that I was unexperienced in things like sales and some other areas of life, some other areas of life, which I'm not going to go into detail and things like that, right? I would feel that at that specific point right in the past, I would feel really bad about those things and feel like, oh damn bro, I'm less than other people and things like that. But then when I started getting to know myself deeper and better, and I started getting to know God himself, the confidence level has changed so much. So let me take this video just to share something with you, right? I usually don't record myself shirtless. This will be my first YouTube video where I'm shirtless, but I'm just doing this because I want to be authentic, I want to empower this side of me, which is just authentic, right? This is why I'm recording this way, right? I'm here taking some notes. As I was saying, I was watching this video, and I want to tell you guys about this big lesson, which is basically self-confidence, right? So coming from a background where I was extremely insecure, right? So insecure to the point that I couldn't even say hi to the person beside me. I would literally freeze. I would freeze, but I would still have the desire in my heart to talk to people, but it just feels like I would freeze because I wouldn't know how to say or how I would sound if I said whatever was playing in my mind and things like that. So all these things, it has robbed me from so many friendships. It has robbed me from so many friendships, from so many connections. It has robbed me from so many better and great experiences that I could have had if I just stepped and communicated at the moment and things like that. And I have to be honest with you, this thing has robbed me of so many good things to the point that I'm not even 100% aware of how much I've lost because of this thing. It has robbed me of a lot, but this thing has also put in me the desire now to communicate like never before, putting me the desire now to be an asset to people's life like never before. It has put in me the desire now to help people get out of the situation like never before. So I'm grateful that I've been through this when I was younger, because now this thing has provoked me the desire, right, to help people like never before. But now again, let's talk about this confidence level, right? So what happened is something like this. I remember that I saw one of my mentors, right? I was in this call, this webinar call, I do network marketing, so we have these calls with my mentors and things like that and other people in our team. So one of my mentors was there. He was basically hosting the call, and I remember that I saw that this guy was so confident, dog. The way he was confident, the way he believes in himself. I remember that me in myself, I was there. I was like shit, dog. I hope I wish. But I wish I believed in myself the way this guy believes in himself. Like this guy believes in himself, like he's doing too much, but at the same time you see that he's not faking it because he's authentic, right? So you know that this guy really believes in himself, right? Extreme self-confidence. So I remember, after the call, me standing up and I was in my room and I was walking. I prayed to God and I said, God, help me, help me have the same confidence as him. I don't want his, I want my own self-confidence. Whatever it is that this guy saw in himself that makes him this confident about himself, like this secure about himself, I want to see something in myself also that's gonna make me feel confident about myself. And let me tell you something, guys. From that moment onwards, God started teaching me a lot about self-confidence. And I'm gonna tell you guys where self-confidence came from, where it actually comes from. I'm not talking about the thing of you feeling good for a couple minutes and stuff. I'm talking about the ultimate level of self-confidence, because I've tasted it, and right now I'm living at this self-confidence. I'm building the foundation to live at this level every single day. And let me break it down to you, right? I've watched many YouTube videos about confidence and things like that. They help me. right? But just for a period of time. It was a short-term thing. I've decided to, let me cut my hair, let me, do some lines and stuff, and just see if I, if I feel more confident. Of course, they've helped me. But one day the dream is no longer there. What are you gonna do? You're gonna feel bad. I've worked out and built my body and things like that, try to, maybe if I gain a bit more kgs and stuff. Indeed, it really helped me. I felt a lot better, when I was rocking with those, what is that? Those t-shirts without sleeve. I don't know the name in English, I forgot it, right? But anyways, all these things, they helped me, but again, it was temporary. It was short-term self-confidence. You know what I'm saying? So the self-confidence that God has taught me is ultimate. I've never felt that good. And there is one thing about this self-confidence specifically, is that it's not centered in myself. I don't feel like I'm overdoing it, or like I'm trying to take people's attention, or like I'm trying to become the person in the room. I don't feel like that. No, in myself, in my heart, I feel joy. In my soul, like literally inside my soul, I feel joy. It's like, it's pleasurable though. That thing is so pleasant. I feel joy. I feel something very pleasant, and I feel something, kind of like screaming authenticity. You're just being yourself. You're just being authentic. I'm not doing too much. And can I be honest with you? It calls attention. Some people look at you like you are doing too much. Why do you think that you're all these? But in yourself, you feel such a peace, dog. That thing, it's so pleasant, dog. So pleasant. This is why I understand that this is the ultimate level of confidence, right? Right. Because it's not harmful. It's constructive. When I've talked to different people, in this level of confidence, I've helped them build up people, like right now that I'm doing this video for you guys. So basically what happens is this, right? During these whole things, I had to go through some pain in life. That pain has led me to isolation. In that isolation, a couple things, were there happening, and these are things that helped me experience more of the self-confidence. It was that desire for me to stay faithful to the Lord through the pain that I was going through. It was that desire for me to definitely come back from that, have a good comeback, like, yeah, I want to come back strong. I want to come back, looking better and stuff like that, for sure. And like, it was, of course, there the desire, to basically use whatever the experience I was going through at the moment, right, to basically grow in life. Hope, faith, belief that, even though this thing is not that pleasant, the Lord is still with me. It's gonna come to pass. My dreams are still gonna happen, and I'm not gonna give up on myself. Whatever it is, there's the goal and the vision that I have for myself in the future. I'll go till the end. That will come to pass. Because why? The life that I live today, now I'm living at Cape Town and things like that. I'm 19 years old at the moment that I'm recording this, about to turn 20. But now I'm living in Cape Town. Now I'm studying at university and things like that, and all these kind of things. In the building that I'm staying, right, the room that I'm staying is exactly the one that I wanted to stay, right? The city that I'm living in and studying is exactly the city that I wanted to study. The school that I'm studying, right, there were different options, but it's the best one that I saw, that is the one that I thought being the best, and the one that I said that this is the one that I want and things like that. But here's the thing: the job that I'm having, the success that is happening in my job is exactly the answer to all my prayers. So every single thing that I'm living today in my life, right, is just the answer to all my prayers. What I'm living today is a life by design, but I designed this life through prayer. I pray to God, this is what I want, to come to pass in my life. This is what I want to experience. This is what I want to live. And today it has just become my lifestyle, right? When it comes to my business, for those of you who are watching me, right, that are doing Herbalife business as myself, right, my box out here beside me is huge. It's one of those big boxes that they give you, whenever you order products. And this box is about 300 to 400 volume points, and it is personal consumption. I know it's crazy, but again, this is something that I desired. When I saw my mentor consuming so many products, at once, and I saw all those, everything, like all the shelves and everything, people full of products at home, I said that I wanted that for myself. I wanted to have a crazy personal consumption. I wanted to have a very high personal consumption. And today, I think it's been probably 8 months, even 10 months straight that I've been having high personal consumption every single month, right? It is crazy, but again, it is just what I prayed for. It is just what I desire and what I saw for myself. So self-confidence was also one of the things that I saw for myself and that I asked God for, and God gave it to me. God taught me it, and now I'm gonna tell you a bit more about it, right? So that you guys also taste it, and you guys know, also build the foundation so that you guys live at this level, of confidence, which is absolutely amazing, right? Even the way I speak now, I don't rush as I used to rush, because I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm not trying to prove that I'm confident or nothing like that. Me, I'm just speaking. If I make mistakes in English, it happens. It's not my language. It's okay. If I speak Portuguese, which is my first language, and I make mistakes, it happens, right? I'm a human being. It's fine. So, like, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, right? So, God taught me this, right? In that isolation phase, right? In that isolation phase, again, I had a desire to know the Lord better. I had a desire to remain close to the Lord. I had a desire to be like, Lord, yeah, it's tough out here, but dog, we're gonna go through this together. I'm like, dog, I'm not gonna leave your hand. Me, I'm here, and I know that you're here for me. I'm gonna keep looking for you every single moment. Whenever it hurts, I'm gonna call your name. Whenever something good happens, I'm gonna call your name. I'm gonna be here. I know that you're here, and I'm gonna acknowledge you. I'm gonna continuously acknowledge you, right? So this was one of my biggest desires, and probably the best desire that I had at that moment, right? So as I was going through those things, the Lord started showing me who He was and who I am. The Lord showed me first who He was, so that I could trust Him, right? I started having experiences with the Lord. The Lord was sending me friends, and one of my friends that He sent to me, she is a big asset in my life, dog. I can't really describe, but the Lord was using her to basically pray with me, sometimes to even pray for me, and sometimes He would speak to me through her. He would use her to kind of like correct me. He would use her to highlight certain things that I wasn't paying attention to, to basically show me some blind spots and things like that. And then I would wake up and be like, oh, okay, so this is what I should pray about. This is how I should move and things like that, right? So basically, in this whole moment, the Lord was basically showing me, that He was there for me. He was there for me. He was there with me, and He started showing me, that I could trust Him. When I was going through this painful moment, I remember one day me questioning the Lord, like, we are going through all this. It's painful. Are things really gonna work? Are things really gonna work? Can you please answer me? And I remember that I heard the Lord saying this: I'm faithful, 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 I'm faithful. Basically, 9 times, but 333. You get it, right? So I just kept it in my heart. Okay, you're faithful, right? And the Lord proved to me that He's faithful, right? I had to believe that He's actually faithful. I had to look at my past and remember that this one has been building me all this time, guiding me all this time. He can't be lying. He's not a liar. Every single thing that I've been living today, He has made it come to pass. So why would He be lying about this thing? It doesn't really make sense, then, and all these kind of things. So the Lord has shown me first who He was. The Lord showed me His character. The Lord showed me that He was there for me. He showed me that He loved me. He showed me that I could count on Him. He showed me that, He understands everything that I'm going through. He showed me that He was there, He just showed me that, like, He was literally there, for me and with me and stuff like that, right? And that it was pleasant to Him that I was going through that episode, because through that episode He was shaping me, into believing more in Him, into becoming a better man, a better future husband, a better future father, a better future leader, right? A better future multi-millionaire and billionaire and all these kind of things, right? He was basically teaching me all these things. The second thing, the Lord showed me who I am. He started using scripture to show me who I am. I'm gonna drop you, for instance, this verse. There is one verse that says something like this: you are the salt, and what is this? I think you are the salt and the light of the earth, of the world, and things like that. One of the things that He taught me through that verse is something like, people usually pray and say, please use me in people's lives, use me to impact people and things like that. He taught me something like, stop asking me to use you in people's life, because I'm already using you to do such. Don't come to me and be like, oh, please use me, things like that, make me a light in people's life, when I've already told you that you already are a light. I didn't tell you that you will become a light. I didn't tell you that you ought to be a light. I told you that you are a light. So start believing that you already are a light, right? Don't look at yourself as someone that one day will be an asset to people. Look at yourself as someone that already is an asset to people based on what I told you about yourself. So these are the things that I heard, and I was like, oh wow, actually this is true, right? You know. So another thing that I've learned, I don't really know how this came across, all these verses and stuff like that, but I've learned this, that God loves people, God blesses people, and most importantly, God lives in me and I live in Him. Meaning, God doesn't communicate to people. I mean, let me just say this. God use God is a spirit, right? And because He's a spirit, in the material world, He needs a body to communicate. Every spirit in the material world, when it comes to this material thing, needs a body to communicate. The same way the demons, when they want to do bad things and stuff like that, they ought to use people, to kill people, to do negative things to people. God also ought to use people, to bless people, people to pray for people, people to lead people, and things like that, right? I'll send you men after my heart, all these kind of things, right? So God also ought to use people, right? So I understood that God lives in me, right? So the blesser blesses people through me. The one that is love, He loves people through me, So I understood that I have to be merciful because He is merciful, and He's gonna forgive people through me, And when these people are forgiven for something they have done to me, when God forgives them through me, they might or may not, turn back to Him. I remember myself, me going through a situation where I was wrong. I did something dirty. I have to be honest. And I was forgiven. But the forgiveness that that person had with me, I was shocked. That tied me to God. That forgiveness was so shocking to me that I went back to God. I was like, how? Like, dog, how can one have such heart? Like, how can this be possible, dog? Because me myself, I wouldn't forgive it, dog, but someone forgave me, So how? You know what I'm saying? So this is pretty much it, right? I've seen some of my friends also, that they've loved me in a way that I was shocked, They did me a favor and stuff like that, and the way that they've loved me and they've supported me, I was shocked. I was like, hey, how can people be able to bless me this way and not want anything in return? Right? I was shocked. But again, it's God doing these things through people, right? So now I know that, so this is how I ought to be, because if this has shocked me, then it's gonna shock someone else, right? The Bible says this, I'm afraid I'm gonna say this wrong, but it's fine. It says something like this, right? You guys go type it and find it, but it says something like this, right? The goodness of God brings people to repentance. In other words, right? God shocks you with good things, and then you'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, dog. You are this good to me whilst I'm this bad. What, like, dog? I can't keep on being this bad. Like, dog, it is just crazy. Let me just go back to doing what I ought to be doing, right? And things like that. 1st May 2023, I had an encounter with God. That day I felt loved. That day was the day that for the first time in my life, I felt deeply loved in my spirit, in my soul. I felt love, like the true love, pure love. I felt love in a crazy way, and I come from a beautiful and wonderful upbringing. But that love was the love that only God could make me feel. It was a deeper realm of love. But guess what? Why is it that I felt so loved? Because I knew that I was unworthy of all that goodness. I was unworthy of the love that was being given to me at that moment. When God made me feel that loved, I knew that I was unworthy of it. I could see myself with all the mistakes that I've done, and still God was loving me. This was shocking to me. It astonished me so much that it brought me closer to you. Sorry, not closer to you guys, closer to Him, God, right? It brought me closer to Him, right? So this is what happened, right? God showed me who He was, showed me who I am, and then because of that, it was easy to me to then understand who people are, and things like that. So basically, this is the highest level of confidence, right? It's called knowing who you are, knowing who God is, and knowing who you are. Now I feel this confidence because I know who I come from. I know who's my God. I know who got my back. I know who takes care of me. I know who watches over me, right? Now I know also that, who is okay, who is happy, not only okay, who is happy with me being confident and certain of the person that I am and that I ought to be. Now I know that it doesn't offend you, that I'm not robbing or something of you. No, I'm being exactly what you call me to be. You know. Now I understand that God is happy when I am this way. You know why? Because when I'm confident and I'm authentic, you know, people, like, look at this. This is a 20 minutes video. It was supposed to be 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Now it's a 20 minutes video. I'm able to do what He's called me to do, you know, with less hesitation. I'm not going to say exactly without hesitation. I'm a human being, right? But I'm able to do it with less hesitation, with a lot, like way less hesitation, right? I do it way more comfortably, way more confidently. Is that dog? I don't know if this English is correct, right? This grammar is good, but anyways, I do it with a lot more confidence. I do it with a lot more assertiveness. Is this? I hope my grammar is right. I really hope, right? I really hope my grammar is right. But again, the way in which I just flow, right? In which I put into other people's cup is crazy. Why? Because I'm just being myself. I'm not trying to prove neither to you guys, I'm not trying to prove to you guys, neither to my own self, that I am confident. No, I have experienced something with guys. I don't need to prove anything. I'm just being, dog. I'm just being. I'm just experiencing. And again, I understand something. When it comes to being an asset to people's life, and stuff like that, focus on your journey with God, right? Focus in your walk with God. Focus in knowing God. Focus in the knowledge of God. Focus in knowing God. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you, shall make you free. Know God. God, He is the truth. Know Him. Experience Him. As you know Him, you will know more of yourself. As you know more of yourself, you will definitely understand others, right? Now I understand, that it is hard for people to actually leave things like pornography. It is hard because I've been there. I understand. It is hard for people to deal with masturbation, things like that. It is hard. It is hard for people to forgive. It is hard for people to keep themselves from doing repetitive mistakes that I'm not even going to mention them here. It is hard. It is hard. And I get that, It is hard for people to believe in marriage. It is hard. It is hard for people to believe in love. It is hard for men to believe in just being genuine and authentic. All the time you want to prove something. You want to prove like you're the one, you're unbeatable, and things like that, And it's okay in seeing yourself as unbeatable, but when you're trying to prove people that you're unbeatable, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to prove. You just be yourself, my dog. Just be yourself. But again, it is hard for people to be genuine today. And I get them, because I understand. When I'm at this level of confidence, it's easy for me to be genuine. But if for a moment I forget who I am and I go back to what are people think, and stuff like that, I understand that, dog. It gets harder for me to just be myself, to just be authentic, right? It gets harder. So I understand people that feel this way because I felt it and things like that. Thank God I've learned what I've learned today so that I can teach you guys. But again, I get it. I understand it, right? So, like, yeah, guys. My desire is that you guys stay blessed. My desire is that you guys, took some notes. Please, whenever you guys come to this channel, take notes, guys. I advise you take notes. Take it for yourself, right? Because me, I'm gonna always keep on my self-development journey. But if you just, watching and you're not taking notes, you're not taking it serious, guess what? No, one thing that you could have learned in one video, now you have to go through some things in life so that you finally understand it, or you're gonna have to wait years and years so that the thing can finally click in your mind, which you could have just saved a lot of time, right? Get wiser as soon as possible, and move better, move wiser, right? So that's pretty much it, guys. May God bless you guys, and that's it. My advice is go pray to God to help you feel confidence. Just make this prayer, right? Make this prayer. Make this prayer. You are the God of Manuel. Whatever it is that you taught Manuel, the same confidence that you have helped him have in himself and in you, I also want to have it myself. Teach me the same thing. Just make this prayer, and my God is going to help you feel confident also, the same way that He has helped me because I'm not here by coincidence or by mistake just telling you all these things. So believe, right? I'm telling you, you know, why is it I'm saying the God of Manuel? Because now you are asking him based on what you have seen him do to myself, right? This is what I would say. I would say, Father, the same way that you were God to those people and you have helped them fix their problems, you can help me fix my problem. This is how I would approach him. And guess what? He helped me fix my problems. Let's go. So that's what I'm telling you, right? You guys can go and say, the same way, that you have helped Manuel with his confidence, whatever it is that you taught me about himself and yourself that has made him feel that way, teach me too. I want to know it. I want to operate at that, if not a higher level of confidence. I want to operate at the top level of confidence, that I can have, that you have called me to have. It is a spiritual thing. Yeah, this is the best thing that I can tell you guys. My confidence now is no longer like outside. It has helped me, look better, take care of myself a lot more, right? I know my hair looks like trash now, but anyways, but it is a spiritual thing. The way I feel confident now is not because of this, it's because of the spiritual. It comes from inside, and it is really, really good, dog. It calls attention. It creates a certain pressure and atmosphere everywhere you go. People tend to respect you more. Just notice. But again, it is a spiritual thing. It's because I'm aware of something about my spirit. I'm aware of something about myself. I'm aware of something about God that then makes me feel this way, right? So it's no longer something like, oh, because I cut my hair. Nah, dog. But nevertheless, I do cut my hair to look good and things like that, right? Because now I want to walk good, I want to look good. But what I'm telling you guys is that it comes from the inside. This is what I'm telling you. Go pray for this one so that you guys get it, right? So that God helps you get there, right? Because I didn't get there by watching videos. I got there by praying, getting into understanding and praying and stuff. This is how things were unlocked, right? It is a spiritual thing, right? But that's it. God bless you guys. Stay safe. Thank you for watching this video. May you are extremely blessed because you have watched this whole video, right? And can I tell you something? Download this video and keep listening to it again and again and again, so that things click in your head a lot sooner, which is a lot better for yourself. Believe me. You don't want to think in these things once in a while. You want to think in it so much now that you will never have to come back to this video in the future. You get me, right? God bless you. See you next time, and let's go.